Hey, what's going on? And I will get straight to it. So I'm going to show you how you can use AI to easily respond to your Google business profile reviews. What happened was we had a client and their CSR was in charge of responding to reviews. And I noticed that she was getting further and further and further behind. And responding to reviews is important because that impacts your Google business profile ranking. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I noticed you haven't responded to reviews. What's going on? And as I dug into this, she had a few excuses, but as I dug into it, it came down to two things. It came down to her, one, being overwhelmed, and two, not knowing what to say because she felt like she was saying the same thing over and over again for their 4 and 5 star reviews. The rest, the lower reviews, she had different responses to, but mainly they were getting 4 and 5 star reviews, and she was saying the same thing over and over again. She got overloaded, didn't know what to say. So I said, you know what? I will show you how to fix that problem. And not only will I show you how to fix the problem, I'll show you how to do it for free. Usually I get paid very well to do these consulting type services, but I gave it to them for free because I want to give it to you guys for free. So what's fair is fair, right? So let me show you exactly what I did. Okay, so this is called ChatGPT. You may or may not have heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, it's AI, and it's like Google on steroids. Imagine if you could have a conversation with Google. I ask it a question and it talks back to you. That's exactly what this does. And it's pretty phenomenal. And this is kind of the way things are headed. Your Google search will in the future look something like this. So let me give you an example of how it works. Let's say, just totally random, going left field here. What is a better source of frozen chicken? I don't know if that needs a comment, whatever, chicken. I really don't know the answer to this question. So let's find out together, but I'm just giving you an example of how this thing works. Okay, so it popped out this answer right here, and I mean, it's pretty robust. I'm not going to read it all, but you see right here, it talks about, lean white meat. Chicken breast has 31 grams of protein per 100 grams of cooked meat. The lean bison, 28 grams of protein per 100 grams. So you get more out of the chicken, but then it goes into the other benefits like lower saturated fat, the type of vitamins you get here. It just gives you some good general information. So it's called ChatGPT. You can Google it. There's a free version of this, and then there's a paid version, which is like $20 a month. But I think that for a business, when you get creative, this is most definitely worth it because you can do a lot with it. And I'm about to teach you some stuff that you will not find elsewhere. So this is what I'm going to show you. So for ChatGPT, you can't just go in there. If you go in there and just ask a question and wait for the response, then it's going to give you something fairly generic. This is just something that you have to train. So whether you're using this for your plumbing business or personal stuff, the principles I'm giving you right now are transferable, and not a lot of people are talking about it. So you have to kind of train this thing on what you want. And this is what I walked the CSR through, gave her the tools so that she could respond to reviews easily and also do social media posts and all that stuff. So this is the first thing I told her to do. And this is back to training ChatGPT. I tell it, I act like a plumbing expert. Do you stand? And I need you to act like a plumbing marketing expert. Do you understand? Okay, so it says, yes, I understand. As a plumbing marketing expert, I will provide you with the advice, strategy, and insights to help grow and promote your plumbing business. If you have any specific questions or concerns, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to assist you. All right, cool. This is what I need to know. I want to know the top 10 keywords people use when searching for a plumber. Okay, so it gave us the top 10 keywords, and it's pretty right. Plumber near me is always that's the strongest one. This is typically the second strongest. So I know just from doing this for 10 years or so that this is pretty accurate. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Chris Gray. I co-own a marketing company. We help plumbers make a lot of money through marketing. And so this looks good, right? So I'm going to leave that here and leave this little prompt up. If you see to the left of the screen where my mouse is, I'm going to leave this little prompt up. I'm going to go to a new chat now. And I'm going to say, I need you to act like a plumbing customer service expert. And by the way, this setup is going to be the most amount of time you do when you're doing this. And once you have these prompts in place or these things to the left in place, once you've trained it, you don't need to train it again. It's already there. So it's plug and play. So the longest part is going to be the setup. And then you'll say to yourself, hours upon hours upon hours of time after this. And I'll show you what I mean. So I need you to act like a plumbing customer service expert. Do you understand? Okay, so it says, yes, I understand. As a plumbing customer service expert, I'm here to help you with any questions or concerns you may have related to plumbing. Please let me know how I can help assist you today. Now here's where it gets fun. We tell it that this is where we start training it. So now it's a plumbing customer service expert you're building here. And not only are you building a AI customer service expert, you're saying, I'm going to give you 3 examples of a tone you need to mimic when responding to Google reviews. Do you understand? What we're about to do is we're going to train it to sound like your CSR. And I'll show you how we're going to do that here in a second. Okay, so it says, yes, I understand. Please provide 3 examples of the tone you'd like me to mimic when responding to Google reviews, and I'll do my best to match them. All right, so now we're going to do this. Here is example 1. So example 1, what we do then is you go to some of your reviews, right? So this is a tone here. You copy that review, you put it here. Boom. Here is example 2. We go here. Let's find another one where she responded. So we're taking the text that she's written, her style of how she writes, and we're plugging it into ChatGPT so ChatGPT can get a feel for what she does. You don't have to do just 3. If you had 10 and you really wanted to train it, you put 10 in there. It's up to you. For this purpose of this, I'm doing 3. If I really want to go down the rabbit hole, I would, 10, 20 of them and put them in here because I really want this thing to get the tone of her voice. But that's if you have time. 3 will work for sure. All right, and then here is example 3. And let's go back, copy, and then I would say, do you have a feel for the tone now? Question mark. All right, so it basically says, yes, it has a feel for the tone based on the examples you provided. The tone is positive, appreciative, and focused on acknowledging the customer's experience and satisfaction. So yeah, now it has a feel for the tone. Now, before I put a review in there to respond to, let's go back to this. Remember this where we had our top 10 keywords? Take that. Put them here, say, before you respond to the review, I need you to take note of these keywords. Do you understand? And it says, please provide the keywords to make note of. All right, so I'll put the keywords in there, pasted. All right, now let's land this plane. After you've done all this, you're good to go, right? So now, this is what we say, using the tone established here, and this is where it gets fun, guys. Using the tone established here and only one of the keywords, please respond to this review. What we're doing is we're going to get it to respond in the tone of your CSR, and in their response, they're going to use one of these keywords because you want as many of your relevant keywords in your Google Business Profiles as possible. And if customers can put it in their review, that's great. And if you can respond to reviews using keywords, that helps as well. It's not the biggest lever to rank you on the Google Business Profile, but every little bit helps. And so on here, we say, hey, use the CSR's tone and only use one of the keywords. Any of these keywords, it's going to do something called keyword stuffing, where it starts to plug in as many of these keywords as possible. And now your response sounds weird. We don't want that. We just want one keyword in the tone of your CSR. So let's take one of these reviews, and let's say this person had a review we need to respond to. So I say, using the tone established here, and only one of the keywords, please respond to this review. We copy and paste the review, have any quotes there, and we hit enter. And this is what it says. It says, hi, Katie. Thank you for taking the time to share your positive experience with Clarksburg Plumbing. We're delighted to hear that our team of skillful technicians was able to do your outdoor water pipe replacement efficiently and at a reasonable price. As your local plumber, we're always here to help and ensure your satisfaction. We truly appreciate your kind words in your business. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything or any plumbing services in the future. Now, look. This is in the tone, and look at it, even use the customer's name. Now, you don't have to copy and paste this and use this. You can just take it and modify it a little bit, just a little bit if you want to make it sound even more like you or whatever. I would say 70% at least, at bare minimum, 70% of the work is done. You can take this, copy it, redo it however you want, and then paste it. Now, you don't have to think. You just go and you just copy this and modify a little bit and respond to review. Let's do another one. And like I was saying, you don't have to set this up but one time. And now that you have this little prompt thing here, you can even name it. You can name it, if you look to the top left or to the left of the screen, Google review prompt. Now this is always here. It's always trained and knows exactly what voice that you're, or the tone you're looking for. And the purpose of this whole prompt is to respond to Google reviews and whoever's voice. And so then now, anytime you have a Google review, you come and do the same thing. Using the tone established here and only one of the keywords, please respond to this review. And then let's go find another review. This one was a long one. So let's put it here, close it, and see what happens. All right, hi there. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful experience with Jacob and Clarksburg Plumbing. We're thrilled to hear that Jacob was able to promptly and efficiently install the 2 toilets in your home while handling any older home challenges with as your trusted plumbing company. We're grateful for your continued support and honored to be your go-to plumbers. We appreciate your loyalty and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Boom. And if you read this, I mean, they're responding exactly. He's talking about he want to be, customers for life, looking forward, and this says we're looking forward to serving you for many years to come. And not only that, man, keywords in here, plumbing company. If you go back to the original one that we did a while ago, they had 2 keywords, plumbing services and local plumber. So you've got a relevant response in the tone of your CSR, and they're using keywords at that. And your CSR doesn't have to think. All he or she has to do is just set up this prompt one time, plug in the reviews, modify them a little bit when you get a response, and boom, you're done. Super simple, will save you tons of time in the future and also help you with your rankings. I make these videos for entrepreneurs or marketers who have plumbing companies. They're very different from a plumber who has a plumbing company. I've been doing this for years, and the people that I see make millions, not a million, I'm talking about millions in the plumbing industry. They are entrepreneurs or marketers who think like plumbers. If they're just an entrepreneur, they at least have a respect or an understanding of marketing and how it helps them grow their plumbing business. The people I see just sticking the hundreds of thousands or have 1 to 2 trucks and they have that for 10, 20 years, it's because they're plumbers. They're plumbers who have a plumbing company. If you want to make a lot of money, you think like an entrepreneur who has a plumbing company. And an entrepreneur who has a plumbing company typically has a healthy respect for marketing. At the very least, they don't have to understand it, but they understand enough to know if they have a crappy team with them, or they understand it enough to run laps around their competition. Anyways, I hope this helps, and if it does, watch the next video.